Hello there, good folks, watching the daily vlog. Welcome to day 43. So rightfully, we see a spike in the weight this morning, like we discussed last night. I did actually plan to have some takeaway and celebrate the wrap of week 6, but then I just ended up having home food. I had some upma, some dosas, a few whole eggs, threw in a ton of traditional Indian savory snacks, some sweets, milk sweets, a few halwa pieces. What else? A tall glass of Bodyweight. Yeah, I think that was all of it. And it should fizzle out in the next 2 to 3 days. Let's have a banger kickoff to week 7. Got my egg white slices with some ketchup. An oat bowl with slices of apple is going to be meal number 1. Convenience takes over today. And then we get to some work. Push. Workouts ahead. Let's get our pump covers on. Go into stealth mode. Do you guys look at how loose these trousers have become? Yeah, you're gonna have to buy new ones. Having a quick warm-up set. Partial reps. You don't have to always do warm-up sets in a certain manner, but I personally feel today I need some quick reps to kind of, get the blood flowing. The warm-up set is more like a stretch, other than an actual set, so you wanna go really light. A very light set 1. Maybe I think until set 2 or 3 I might still go light. And then maybe for the final set I might do a very low volume, heavier set. Strength has actually gone up rather significantly, I did feel it gradually rise up like a J-curve gradually. And just like that, kicking off week 7, I'm feeling like it's just jumped overnight. That was pretty good. With the shoulders though, I don't really see a significant shoot up in strength. It's kind of the same, probably because I'm still staying cautious of the neck, the niggle is still existent, hasn't completely disappeared, but still lifting with a lot of caution though. So as long as you feel the burn in the shoulders, I'm good, not trying to really shoot up the overall strength of the press for now at the least. And it's a leading out prep. I mean, you don't really focus on a lot of strength oriented lifts unless if that happens to be a side goal while you're leading out, getting shredded. But as long as there's no strength dip, at least if it's not the closing few weeks, you're pretty good with the leading out prep. To properly execute flies, whether seated or standing, your breathing can actually play a very major role. Let me get some water. When you're on the eccentric, when you release, is when you almost kind of breathe in, because when you're pulling in the front, you don't breathe in. You breathe out or you hold. So you want to go breathe in like this. That way, your chest is expanding and, it's optimal for you to, breathe in air into your lungs. And then when you constrict, you breathe out, or you hold and then breathe out when you're in the peak of the concentric. So that way you can optimize your breathing in a pattern that goes with the natural motion of the body, and that can really fuel on how you feel connected to the muscle when you're doing the fly in itself. Every workout has a certain breathing technique, but I wouldn't put a pin and say this is exactly how you ought to do. Like certain people have like fraction of a second difference. Like some people, when they're squatting, they breathe out immediately as they go on the descent, and then some people wait for like, I don't know, maybe 25% down. So that really depends. But by rule of thumb, there are certain rules we can follow, and this is one of those. As you approach failure on the lateral raises, you can actually still push with a bit of momentum and do it all the way up with full range of motion. But the problem with that is traps are going to get involved. If you want bigger traps, yeah, I mean, we all do. But the focus here is on the side delt, yeah? So you're going to have to stop at the point where you feel the side delt is limiting you. So if you can do that by the close of the rep, when it's really tired, the side delt, all you can do is that, or maybe up to that, and then it's going to gradually go down. And that's fine. Those are not half reps. Well, technically they are, but those are actually full reps for the amount of leftover area yet to be depleted on your delt. That was good. Just the first set, man. Usually it takes a set or two to feel the pump entirely, but we're blasting things off with the first set on the tricep. And that's a wrap. We'll probably throw in some katana extensions. We do see some very mild definition come in, but I mean, barely any distinctive separation in between the shoulders, triceps, or rear delt. I mean, kind of like if you really peek, you can see the rear delt gradually come in there, but yeah. So that's 30 minutes of cardio, and then some upma. Got our pongal, egg whites, and coconut chutney. Some greens. We got some spinach action, as we always do, and I think we've got beets. Yes. Probably finish the bowl. We actually have some red meat today as well, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go easy on that. We had a lot of red meat yesterday, so I'm gonna jump into that and catch you guys probably. I actually took my glasses into the shower accidentally. You know, people who wear glasses, you know, you can't be bothered to go search for that microfiber every single time, right? You just do it in your shirt or your trousers or hoodie or whatever. Anyway, time's a little close to 10. We got a lot of work done. As always, I do have 2 emails to get back to, which I'll do probably after the next meal, which happens to be very simple yet very fibrous. By the way, do you like the shirt? What do you think in a wider view? Is that good? This was actually a gift from someone very close and special, but I was not able to wear it for a long time because it wasn't like crazy tight. They got me the right size, but then it was just a little on the uncomfortable side where it was constantly touching me throughout, like, you know, entire torso. And now it doesn't. Cool, let's go eat. Get our potatoes started. It's already boiled and made into fingers, so half our work is done. And we got our egg whites. Thinking about what seasoning we gotta go with today. I wish I had some paprika, man. Need to go for a grocery haul. Good old mixed herbs and chili powder, as always. I think this is coconut oil. Really coat the pan. If you're doing the same recipe, make sure you really coat the pan in oil. You don't need a lot of oil. I'm using just 10 grams here. It's a lot of potatoes, just under half a kilo there. So it's going to really fill you up while keeping us getting lean. I think the potatoes are a little overcooked, like just a touch. You're going to want to really let them crisp a bit, maybe get burnt, like just a little bit, not much. So the edges kind of, you know, roughen up a little and it's still crunchy when you eat them. And now we make our cheese sauce. Literally, that's the entire sauce, okay? Now the potatoes go into that. Or you could just, you know, pour them over this, but I figured I'll try this today because I think the potatoes were not boiled completely to perfection. We did assume they were overcooked, but in the outside, it's really soft, but on the inside, it was still a little hard. So this both cooks them and gets the saucy flavor onto them. Scrape the bowl a little because I used very less oil like I always do, but then since the potatoes and the cheese sauce were in it, having a bit of a problem here. So we're gonna enjoy that. I'll probably throw in some chili ketchup. This specific chili ketchup seems to be very tasty. I had it with the egg whites in the morning. I'll throw a bit of that. And that wraps day 43, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Nalek Pagala.